What did it say? Ask me. That's all it said. Ask me. All the hats, all the buttons, all the shirts said, ask me. And when someone said, ask you what? They shared the gospel. Now, Joseph Stowe believes in a different form of the gospel than I do as far as how you receive it. And he had to get up after this man because I believe that everyone who hears the gospel can be born again. And he's under the impression that only so many people can respond to the gospel. So he got up, and here's the statement he made afterwards. Isn't it funny how many of the elect you can find if you're actually looking for them? You know what the problem is? We're really not concerned about lost people like God is. I mean, he was so concerned that he sent his own son to die. His one and only son, he sent him to die to bring this good news to our fellow man. I mean, the heart of God is like, I would do anything it takes, even if it cost me my son's life so someone could hear this. Would you please share it for me? Let me pray about that. If God's heart is that heavy for the lost, what in the world are we sitting here not telling other people about it for? How can we say that, yes, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ if we won't do what he asks us to do? But here's verse 21. But to Israel he says, all day long I've stretched out my hands to the disobedient and contrary people. It's in every group. All day long I've stretched out my hands to people who are disobedient and contrary. Now, I've invited them in. I invited them to celebrate with me. I invited them to be part of the kingdom, and they're disobedient and contrary. And I hope that doesn't apply to us, but somehow I'm afraid that it does. If he's invited you to come and share the gospel and you haven't done it, it means you're disobedient and contrary. I don't know what other way to tell you. That if he's redeemed you, asked you to share that with others, and you're not doing it, it puts us in a category that all day long I've stretched out my hands to people who don't want to listen to me and who do not want to obey what I ask them to do. I don't know how you render that, how you wrestle with that, but I know that something needs to change today in some of us. And you say, you know what, Lord, I don't care anymore what people say. I care more about what you say than other people say about me. I want to do what you want me. I want to be a follower of you. I want to do what you want me to do. And he's going to say, then I want you to tell other people about me. I don't care if you pass out tracts. I don't care if when someone calls in and they ask you, do you have any more questions? Yes, I have one. It's not related to what we're talking about. That's okay. Ask me. Are you planning on going to heaven? I've done that multiple times. I've led people to Christ over the phone. I'll never, ever meet them because they said, do you have any other questions? I say, yes, I do. But it's not directly related to what we have talked about. That's okay. What is it? Are you planning on going to heaven? And it starts a dialogue. We've made this so simple. Bruce does it on a regular basis. I've used it on a regular basis. We have to look for lost people. Why? Because Jesus Christ came to seek and save the lost. That's why. And if that's why he came, then we ought, if we're following Christ, then we got to be doing what he's doing. And we got to do a better job at it. This is where we are. Here, it's called the Valley of Decision. Think, you know what, Pastor, I know you're right. I just don't know where to begin. What begins with this? A conscious choice. Saying, Lord, I am going to do what you asked me to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I promise you, I will start doing what you asked me to do. If it means that much to you, it means that much to me. If that's why you came to seek and save lost people, and all I have to do is tell your story to them, then I will find out a way to do it. Now, there's one lady that I have a lot of admiration for. There was a lady who led hundreds of people to Christ. She couldn't even read. She couldn't even read. You know what she did? She took a tract and she went and sat on a park bench. And people came and she said, excuse me, I would like to know what this says, but I can't read it. Could you read that to me? Here's a lady who can't read, who sat down and led hundreds of people to Christ because they read that to her. And she said, do you believe that? They said, yes. She led people to Christ. She can't even read. What's your excuse? You can't read? Your tongue doesn't work? You don't know enough? You don't have an excuse good enough not to share the gospel. And just imagine, one day you'll have to give a reason to Jesus Christ. You have to explain to him why he didn't. Whatever excuse you come up right now, it ain't going to be good enough that day, I promise you. So why don't you just say, you know what? I am going to make a decision in my mind and my heart that I am going to tell at least one person a week. Means every 7 days I'll tell at least one person. You say, well, that's not very much. It's better than you're doing now. You can do more if you want. But why don't you say, I will at least share the gospel one time in 7 days. And then say, after you get used to it, I'll do 2 days. I'll do 3 days. I'll do 2 a day. Woo! Get real happy. But at least make a decision, I will tell at least one person every week. That's 4 people a month. Right? That's 52 people a year. I will at least tell one person a week. I'll start with something low that I could do. And don't think the Holy Spirit won't remind you every single day until you do it. Remember you said, I promise you it's not going to hurt you, not going to kill you, but it might mean a life or death of someone else.